Hello, Zach. Here I am in Croatia, ready to walk you through your May 2026 proposed itinerary. I hope it answers some initial questions, but we have plenty of time to tweak the schedule to match your expectations exactly. So let me share my screen and we will walk through it. Okay, so the first thing I want you to notice is the overall trip price, which includes round trip airfare, all ground transportation, and tours. It does not include trip insurance, which I do recommend, shopping and dining costs or other incidentals, and there is room to adjust should you decide you only want to visit 2 instead of 3 cities, or if you'd like to drop a tour in favor of more self-exploration. So keep that in mind as we go through the itinerary. And know also that these prices are just estimates. It's still too early for me to actually book the airfare, but we could reserve some components of this. They're just likely to fluctuate between now and the time of booking. So this is an estimate number. I do like to provide just some general information at the start so you can review this on your own time, but just what the currency is, the weather, electrical conversions, medications and vaccinations, public transport, and I do recommend also that you register for the STEP program before you travel internationally, so you can check into that a little bit. But beginning with the first date, you said you wanted to go late May, early June. So right now, tentatively, I have you on an overnight flight departing Chicago, May 21st, and arriving the next morning in Zagreb, the capital city. I rarely plan anything on that first day as you're adjusting to a new time zone and you may just want to rest or do a little exploring. So here's some background information. I do have you getting a private transfer from the airport to your hotel, so you don't have to worry about that. And then here is the property that I've chosen for you. And you can just click through each of these photos and it will show you a little bit more about the Zonar Zagreb. So again, some more information on the city and you're probably going to be hungry. And so here are some restaurant recommendations. On Saturday, I've provided a choice of 2 different tours to sort of get you oriented to the capital city. One is just a private walking tour of Zagreb, and the other is a food tour. They are very similar. The walking tour is less expensive because you're not having to do food, obviously. But both of them take you to the Dolak market, which I highly recommend. It's a must see. And you could pick up food on the walking tour when you're going through Dolak Market. But I would want you to choose between those two. You probably wouldn't do them both. So I've listed them both there for your viewing pleasure. And again, click through the photos and you can see which one is a little bit more appealing to you. On Sunday, that's reserved for a museum visit. There's some really interesting ones in Zagreb, a few of which I've listed here. And if you're feeling up to it, I scheduled a tour of the Medvednica Nature Park, where you could get a tour of the castle and learn about falconry, which is one of the oldest sport activities in the world. After a few days in the city, you are going to want to head to, um, you know, the destination you most want to explore in Croatia. There are buses from Zagreb. They are extremely affordable. $28 will get you from Zagreb to the lakes, to the nature park. It takes just under 3 hours. So you would see some lovely, some more of Croatia on your way there. And then I have you checking into the ethno houses, which are just outside the entrance of the national park. And they also they also provide bike rentals on their facility, which leads right into what I'm suggesting for the following day, which is to rent those bikes and take cycle and hike exploration. I did provide a map for you to download, and it lists all of the hiking and cycling routes. You do need admission to get into the park, so that is included here too. I'm still checking to see if that ticket will cover more than one day. There may be a second day ticket that you have to purchase, but for right now, I've just got the $30 ticket. And of course, all the beautiful scenery you want to see right there. Okay, so on Wednesday, if you want something a little bit different, I thought you might enjoy getting out on the water in a kayak and exploring a slightly less touristy part. I mean, this is a beautiful area, but it's just going to have a lot of people at it. So if you're wanting to see some of the stunning natural options in this area, this is a little bit outside, but you could get into some kayaks and explore equally attractive scenery just outside the park. An option. Thursday, I have you checking out from the ethno houses. And here I did put a private transport just because it cuts the transport time in half from 4 hours and 30 minutes to 2 hours and 30 minutes. But public transport is available and much more affordable. So if you wanted to take another excursion by bus, you could. I have you checking into an Airbnb in Split. This is a city on the Adriatic Sea with some wonderful beaches and sea views. So I thought, gosh, you can see a major city, the capital, you can see a national park, and now you can see the beach areas of Croatia. So again, on this first day, I thought you might like to take a walking tour of the area, and your accommodations are right next to the palace where the tour takes place. So walking tour as an option. And then the following day is a big day. It's a full day excursion by boat to visit all of the islands right outside of Split, including the Blue Cave, which is a big destination. And so this would be a great way to see all of the waterways, all of the islands, and even the sites where Mamma Mia was filmed. And then Saturday is your last full day in Croatia. You are probably going to be exhausted from the previous day's excursion. So this would just sort of be an add-on if you feel like it, or maybe we could schedule it for later in the day. But if you have any energy left, here's an ATV tour on the Dalmatian inland. So now you've been out on the water. This would be a way to see the countryside by ATV. Again, about a 4-hour tour. Includes lunch, which is kind of nice and looks like it's a lot of fun. And then here it is, the last day, time for you to go back to Chicago. Again, I don't have specific flights that I can offer yet, but would provide transfer from your Airbnb back to the airport and then home again that Sunday night. So stop sharing here and just say, that is the proposal that I'm sending your way. I want you to take a little bit of time to explore it in greater detail. Check out the dates to see if those need to be adjusted one way or another. And let me know a time to call or Zoom with you to get your feedback and find out what things you would like to tweak so that we can continue to refine the itinerary and match your expectations. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks.